So guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Veeam, Cloudian, and VMware relationship. I know the talk says that it's going to be about ransomware, about Veeam and Cloudian. That's our bread and butter. That's one of our best-selling use case and the best solution in the market today for data protection and especially ransomware protection. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the sovereign data protection with Veeam and Cloudian in the VMware context for enterprises as well as a service. Okay. So quickly about Cloudian. So we are an object storage company, and what we do at the base of it is we provide a storage platform that's very similar to AWS S3 that's in the cloud, but we do that on premises. So to be able to create private clouds, hybrid cloud solutions with Veeam, with VMware, with a lot of your other applications. That's what we do. We are natively built on S3. We are exactly the same as what AWS offers in the cloud. So we're geo-distributed. We have the same concept of regions, the high availability, limitless scalability, and we are the only object storage platform that's available from the VMware Cloud program. So if you actually look at the object storage for VCP, under the hood, that's Cloudian, right? Highest level of security, and we are the 3-time Customer Choice Award winner and #1 ranked in the Gartner critical capabilities today. So I'm going to go a little fast. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of minutiae about Cloudian, but it's suffice to say that we are built for the enterprise as well as the service provider space. So large enterprises and service provider customers where you have multiple different departments or customers accessing the same data pool in the central IT. We are built with multi-tenancy, QoS, security, and capability to place your data closest to where your customers are, right? We have a host of customers already in play. We have more than 800 customers, mainly enterprise or service provider. And here's a little bit of a list of customers, right? We are part of the cloud provider program for VMware, right? So how do we work with VMware? We are integrated into the vCloud Director of VMware. You can actually provision Cloudian through the object storage extension that VMware has. And at the base, you can use Cloudian as the cloud storage for your VMware cloud platforms as you have it. Nope. Wrong side. Okay. The way you can deploy Cloudian is either directly as a software-defined storage on your x86 nodes that you get through VMware, or you actually can get the Cloudian appliance as well. And everything is managed and controlled from the VCD environment when you're talking about the VMware context. With Veeam, we actually been working closely with Veeam ever since they've had their S3 integration available at the capacity tier. Cloudian forms the capacity tier for Veeam backups. We are one of the best targets that you can get on-prem for Veeam. One of the things that we've worked with closely with Veeam ever since V10 days has been the object lock functionality. So Veeam and Cloudian have worked together to get data immutability to the market at the same time through S3 object lock. And we've co-engineered, co-worked on the product development phase of this feature. And we have the best implementation of the object lock feature out there. What object lock does is when you put the data, when you back up your data from Veeam into Cloudian, you can actually put a lock on the data so that it is immutable or unchangeable for a certain amount of time, and nobody can actually change it or delete that data. That helps you protect your organization against the threat of ransomware. And I think we have more than 100 customers using Veeam Cloudian solution for ransomware protection with the object lock feature, right? Okay. So how it all works is it's pretty straightforward. Everything starts with Veeam. It's a regular backup workflow. You just have a checkbox where you say this workflow needs to be object locked with a certain duration that you have to specify, and that's it. That's all that you need to do on your side. Cloudian will inherit all of the configurations automatically using the API calls and set the lock on the data for the duration that you've specified. Once that happens, even if you are attacked, no malware can actually change the data, which is what ransomware does, right? They try to put a cryptographic lock, but that cannot be done. And the reason for that is Cloudian actually not just locks it at the software level. When we implement the worm, we actually disable the root access itself. So even if the malware can get administrator privileges, they will not be able to change any data. And then you always have a clean copy to recover from. In the sovereign context, what Veeam, Cloudian, and VMware are working together, Veeam and Cloudian are two of the three ecosystem partners for the Sovereign Cloud initiative that VMware has launched. So we're talking about being able to control your data the way you want, without, getting into the complexities of the sovereignty laws and the likes, right? So we are able to offer backup as a service, data protection as a service to customers that cannot move to the public cloud but want cloud-like capabilities from their service providers, and be able to still be in compliance with the sovereignty needs of their government or enterprise needs. So Veeam and Cloudian can both be controlled from VCD directly, so that you have a single view of where your data is, what your backup workflows look like, and what controls you need to put on top of it. So we are the only two vendors that actually can give you this in the sovereign context with VMware. And of course, Object Lock is still available, so you can get ransomware protection as a service from your service provider. And if you are a service provider, this gives you revenue-ready service offerings that you can take to the market and make it immediately profitable, right? Why is it profitable? If you look at how the business proposition for this works, you look at the service prices that you get in the cloud context for a backup as a service, or something like ransom protection as a service, and you look at the cost that you can actually build this on with the storage as well as Veeam cost involved. There's still a lot of potential for service providers to make a lot of profit around that, because it just makes a lot more sense. Of course, you get superior economics as well as non-disruptive scaling in your control with ransomware protection. So in a nutshell, what you have with Veeam, VMware, and Cloudian is a match that's perfect for enterprises as well as service providers. You have exceptional data durability, exceptional scalability, as well as compelling economics that you can actually take and make revenues out of. So this is the short presentation I wanted to give you guys. I'm not going to, again, I promise you, I'm not going to bore you, but if you have any questions, more than happy to answer anything, all the things that I went through.